Welcome to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. It's a must-win out of the AFC between the all-time Texans and the all-time Ravens. Just a beautiful day. Shane Lechler, the run-up to begin Week 6 of the all-time rosters franchise. We are underway. Lardarius Webb on the return is caught and blocked by Cooks at the 22. To the field for the Ravens is Lamar Jackson, who spent all the preseason earning the #1 job in front of Baltimore's backup Joe Flacco, the two-time NFL MVP, with underwhelming numbers this season, just 3 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, but he is currently third among quarterbacks and rushing yards this season and is certainly improving this year on the heels of his best game of the season, a home game in Week 4 against the Jets. The Ravens had a bye last week. Jamal Lewis, off right tackle, picks up 5. The Baltimore offense, Derek Mason and Kadri Ismail at receiver. Perennial Pro Bowler Mark Andrews at tight end. Vonta Leach joining that guy, number 31, Jamal Lewis at running back. 2nd down and 5. Ravens and Texans from Baltimore. Lamar Jackson off a 5-man Houston rush finds his man, Torrey Smith, for the first down. This might be the least talented receiving corps in the league. The all-time Ravens, just 2 of their wide receivers have ever made a Pro Bowl. One of them did as a return man, Jermaine Lewis. This is Jamal Lewis for the gain of 8.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Marcus Coleman with the tackle. Jackson carving up this Houston defense through 2 minutes. Here's the toss to Jamal Lewis for the team's second first down, a gain of 7 on the ground. Jamal Lewis has been red hot to begin the season, 5.2 yards per carry as the lead tote getter in this offense. Ray Rice, Willis McGahee, Vonta Leach, and Justin Forsett round out the running back core for Baltimore.
The ball carrier on the play.
The Houston defense, 19th in yards allowed this year. Mario Williams won the watch, joined by Brian Cushing, D'Amico Ryans, J.J. Watt, and Jonathan Joseph. Houston, while albeit holding their own defensively this year, have made some big mistakes late in games. The all-time Texans come in at 0-5 overall. Jamal Lewis on the call, picks up 5.
On the run, gain of 5.
A methodical Ravens drive to begin the game against the winless Texans. Baltimore comes in last of the division at 1-3. It's 3rd and 2 off the 6-man rush. He finds Andrews for the gain of 18 and a first down. That combination wreaked havoc for the Ravens throughout the 2020s. Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, the all-time receiving single-season record holder in Ravens history. Andrews did that in 2021 with over 1,300 yards.
With the carry on the play. No gain.
Moby Okoye with the sack. In the middle of the opening quarter from sunny Baltimore, the all-time Ravens, the all-time Texans. Ray Rice on the call. He gets to the outside, and Rice is in for the touchdown. Ray Rice, a 27-yarder to score the first rushing touchdown by a Raven running back this season. Justin Tucker for the extra point, and that kick is good. 7-0 Ravens as they go 78 yards in 4.5 minutes. It's Ray Rice, who is as good as any running back in Ravens history, if you take out that record-breaking season of 2003 from Jamal Lewis. Off of the Fuller return, Houston brings in Deshaun Watson. 927 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions on 63% completions. Likewise to Jackson, one of the lethal threats in this league at running the ball at the quarterback position. He is the 3rd highest rated passer in NFL history, playing with Houston from 2017 to 2020. Foster on the gut run, picks up a couple. Andre Johnson, the first enshrinee into the Pro Football Hall of Fame for Houston, joins DeAndre Hopkins at receiver, Owen Daniels at tight end. There's number 23, Arian Foster, joining Vonta Leach to round out the running back core for Houston. Vonta Leach was an All-Pro with both the Ravens and the Texans throughout his illustrious career. Watson, off his first drop of the game, finds Kevin Walter, spilled at the 32, first down. Second consecutive stop from Hall of Famer Ray Lewis to begin the game. His team best 26th tackle of the season. Foster on the inside, and he is spilled at the 47, first down. A good idea to get Arian Foster involved running the football. The all-time Houston record holder in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns in a season. Off to the races with the opening first down run of the game for Houston. Walter to move the chains again.
Good for a Texans first down.
And the Texans off and running offensively with Kevin Walter and his 2 first down pickups on this drive. Foster the deep back, and he plunges ahead for about a yard on the play. Greg the tackle. And that Baltimore defense on display inside. Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Chris McAllister, and Rod Woodson lead the way for the 13th best total defense in football. The Ravens are allowing 256 yards per game this season. First snap of the game for backup runner Dominic Williams. A good block from him. The check down to Leach. And he was in bounds. It's a gain of 2 on the reception. This may be the final play of the opening quarter for Houston. Third down and 7 yards to go. Watson throws it behind the line. I don't know what in the world he was thinking, and he's taken down for a loss. We played a quarter from Baltimore, Maryland. It's the Ravens 7 and the Texans 0. Second quarter coming up next. Well, a loss today would put a real predicament on the hands of either Houston or Baltimore in their pursuit of the playoffs. Baltimore, their chances of winning the division are very slim due to the excellence of their counterparts, the all-time Steelers, or the lone remaining undefeated team in the AFC. Meanwhile, the all-time Texans at 0-5, a loss today, and their playoff chase are almost certainly over. Lewis stuffed and the outside by Barwin.
On the carry, gain of 1.
Houston has been in essentially every game this season, losing 4 of their 5 games by 1 possession, and were heartbroken late at home against the Raiders last week, 21-17. And Joel Dreesen, who made the catch to end the game, is out for today's game with an abdominal tear. First down for Lamar Jackson. It should be noted, Baltimore is essentially completely healthy now with the return of Qadry Ismail at receiver. Marlon Humphreys, the lone player of the injury report for the Ravens today. Jackson goes deep, and Derek Mason dropped the ball.
Number 8 can't complete the pass. Second down.
You couldn't have thrown it any better, Lamar Jackson. He'll drop again on a Houston rush of 5. Jackson takes off, and here's a look at his breakneck speed. A gain of 19 for Jackson. There's a look at the marvelous blocking of the inside by Yanda, and the injured Texan was Jonathan Joseph. You can see him here, number 24. Just got twisted up on the tackle. And will leave the game with 6:34 to go in the half. A 2-time Pro Bowler out of South Carolina. Second most pass deflections in NFL history at 200 in his career. Lewis with another first down for Baltimore. 34 yards rushing today, 260 this season for the 2003 Offensive Player of the Year. At the 33-yard line, Lewis again. Stuffed by Ryan.
Number 59, there for the tackle. No gain on the play.
Ryan's a savvy linebacker who made it to a couple Pro Bowls throughout his stint in Houston as their starting linebacker, and he became the team's head coach in 2023. Lewis over the middle. Jackson finds him, first down.
15-yard gain on the play.
Lamar Jackson, we know, is this incredible athlete, but he also is the 9th highest rated passer in NFL history. Jackson gets crushed and it's incomplete.
Incomplete pass, number 87, the intended receiver on the play. Second down.
The Heisman Trophy winner from the University of Louisville, Lamar Jackson, has dramatically improved throughout his career in his ability to throw the ball consistently. Cushing
Number
stuffs
31,
the running back.
the ball carrier. 1-yard gain on the play.
And he was put to the test again, trying to win the starting quarterback job for the all-time Ravens over Super Bowl 47 MVP Joe Flacco. Off the blitz, Jackson is intercepted. Aaron Glenn has his first pick of the year, and he's taken down to the 25.
31 makes the interception on the play.
Aaron Glenn was one of the starting defensive backs for the team that debuted its franchise in 2002. And off of the interception from Glenn, Houston lines up at its own 25, down by 7. Screen complete to Foster for a loss.
Number 23 on the reception. Loss of 3.
Another big hit in the backfield by Hall of Famer Ray Lewis, who has the most tackles of any player in NFL history. Career 2,059 tackles throughout his incredible run. Deep, DeAndre Hopkins gets by Webb and is spun down to the 26, 52 yards on the play.
Gain of 52.
A complete lapse defensively by Baltimore, and DeAndre Hopkins makes him pay. Houston brought him in 2013, and he led the league in receiving touchdowns once and finished top 4 for the Offensive Player of the Year twice in his stint with the Texans for 7 seasons. Johnson, the intended target, is incomplete.
Ball incomplete. Number 80, the intended target on the play.
DeAndre Hopkins and Andre Johnson, these headline receivers in this offense. Brandon Cooks, Kevin Walter, Will Fuller, and Nico Collins round out the receiving corps for Houston. Watson on the run, and he picks up 9.
Number 4, the ball carrier on the play. 9-yard gain on the play.
Houston, a brutal 36% on third downs this season, ranked in a tie for 25th in the league. A toss to Foster, and they have their opening third down conversion and a whole lot more. Gain of 15.
Gain of 15.
First and goal. 2 minutes left and a riveting first half. The Texans in position to tie the game. It's a toss to Arian Foster, touchdown.
Touchdown Houston.
It's the first rushing touchdown of the season from Foster, and the Texans are an extra point away from tying the game. Former undrafted free agent out of UCLA. The extra point is good from Kamey Fairbairn. And the Texans have tied the game at 7. It's Foster for the touchdown. 1:58 left in the first half. Glad you're with us from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The greatest 53 Houston Texans, the greatest 53 Baltimore Ravens. They're tied at 7 and a must-win for both.
Kickoff return 18 yards.
Reed the return, setting up Jackson to the Ravens with first down to the 20. Quarterback Lamar Jackson completing a lowly 56% of his throws this season at around 65% in today's game. And he finds his man for another. It's a first down to Andrews.
First down, Ravens.
No huddle for Baltimore. Smith in the block for Jackson, who finds Derek Mason.
Number 8 completes the pass. Gain of 3.
All-time great Titan and Raven Derek Mason. Jackson with another deep ball. And that was where he struggled with throughout his career.
Number 8
Incomplete.
has his pass fall incomplete.
It should be noted, Houston receives the opening kickoff of the second half. Ravens just 1 for 3 on third down today, and Jackson, short of the marker, completes it to Lewis.
Number 31 makes the reception. 3-yard gain on the play.
Best punter in Ravens history, Sam Koch, drives it deep. Pro Bowler out of Nebraska all the way to the 15. And Fuller returns to the 20. Adalius Thomas on the tackle. First down. Watson to the Texans at their own 20. They'll begin on a quick drop from Watson, and he finds Brandon Cooks.
Number 4, with the pass completion. 7-yard gain on the play.
It should be noted Brandon Cooks was the greatest receiver in terms of yards of any player in the all-time preseason. Watson throws it up for grabs. Bad idea. Taken away by Webb. The third-round pick in 2009 out of Nichols State, Lardarius Webb, has had an outstanding season. That is his second pick of the year. Jackson on a deep drop. He'll tuck it and run, but there's nowhere to go. Taken down by Jadeveon Clowney, his third sack of the season. Ravens off the timeout, called by head coach John Harbaugh. That pass is tipped away with 15 seconds to go in the half.
Number 8 throws incomplete.
Ravens receivers. Condre Ismail was the target there. He joins Derek Mason, Jermaine Lewis, Torrey Smith, Anquan Bolden, and Mark Clayton. An all-rookie teamer in 2005 out of Oklahoma.
Incomplete pass. Number 89, the intended target. Fourth down.
Well, the Ravens have struggled this season on third down as well, and they'll bring in Koch after they're denied again by the defense. Koch will drive this one into the end zone for a touchback.
No return, and they'll begin their drive at the play.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty. First down on a run to Arian Foster, who gallops to the 27, and that'll do it for the first half. Ray Rice began the game with a 27-yard touchdown, and then Foster scored from 2 yards out to tie the game. And at the end of 2, we're locked up at 7 in Baltimore. These are two of the youngest franchises of the National Football League. Houston was established as the 32nd franchise in the NFL in 2002. Baltimore was brought in 1996, and while they haven't been a very rich franchise in the National Football League in terms of history, the Ravens are one of the most successful. They have the third best win percentage as a franchise in the NFL. And the Ravens have won NFL championships in 2000 and 2012. A check down from Deshaun Watson. The Ravens, as a franchise with 17 playoff wins and many more big-time regular season wins in arguably the toughest division all time in the NFL, the AFC North. Intercepted by Ed Reed. What made them so good is some of the many Hall of Fame players, and he's one of them, taken down by Johnson. First pick of the year from Ed Reed. 5-time first-team All-Pro, the 2004 Defensive Player of the Year. He is as good as anybody all time at the safety position. Certainly one of the very short list of superstar players in the NFL in the 21st century, playing with the Ravens from 2002 to 2012. Lewis is stuffed in the backfield.
Number 31 on the run. Loss of 2.
Runner-up for the 2004 Defensive Rookie of the Year award. That's cornerback Dunta Robinson with the tackle. We're tied at 7. Rice, the long touchdown run. Foster, the 2-yard goal line plunge. And off of the Mason drop, it is 3rd and 12 coming up.
Number 85, the intended receiver on the play.
Lamar Jackson 7 of 14, 96 yards and an interception of the first half, and his Ravens are just 1 for 4 on third down. Andrews over the middle, and it looks like he's got the first. The officials will bring in the chain gang, and Andrews got enough. First down, Baltimore. That is some catch from Andrews, his third of the game, and a team best 15th of the season. Mark Andrews, such a gifted receiving tight end for the Ravens. Toss to Lewis. He gets a block at the 30, and Lewis is dragged down. It's a 20-yard gain. The Ravens, led by Hall of Fame tackle Jonathan Ogden, you saw him there, number 74, paved the way for Jamal Lewis, who over Quinn saved a touchdown. In the red zone where the Ravens have struggled today, and Jackson was nearly picked off.
Number 85, the intended target on the play. Second down.
Certainly has to be very fortunate. Jackson didn't have that one taken back. Off the four-man rush, it's complete to Smith. A gain of 6 on the play.
Completes the pass. Gain of 6.
Meanwhile, Houston, while the Ravens are third in win percentage of the NFL, Houston is 29th in that category. Jackson off a 5-step drop. He slides at the 4, a 9-yard run to set up first and goal. While they may be a bit thin at receiver, the Ravens are certainly not thin in athleticism, especially at the quarterback position. First and goal now at the 4-yard line. They'll go run with Lewis, and he slips a tackle. Flag is down. A touchdown off the board. It's Michael Orr. Tackle from Ole Miss, the guilty party. It is now first and goal at the 12. That is a crushing blow against the offense. That was the first flag of the game, and it's against the Ravens. Another flag down to the area of holding. Andrews, the guilty party. Let's check this one out again, and he absolutely held on that play. Wrapping up D'Amico Ryans on that outside rush. It's now first and goal at the 22. Another run, and the Ravens are looking around. There is no flag on this play.
Number 27 with the carry. Gain of 4 on the play.
Well, if the Ravens punch it in for a touchdown, it would be a miraculous feat, given that they already had one wiped out. Jackson off the quick drop, nearly picked off. The intended receiver. Third and goal. Derek Mason, Torrey Smith, and Mark Clayton, the receivers in now, and Jackson is taken down.
Number 8, taken down for a sack. Loss of 6.
First sack of the season from Brooks Reed, and now Tucker is in. It's a 41-yard field goal for the lead. Snap, set, and that kick is good. 2:26 to go in the third quarter from Baltimore. The all-time Ravens lead the game 10-7. That touchdown wiped off the board looms large as Houston takes over late in the third quarter. Fuller the return, and he has nowhere to go. Weddle brings him down. First down. Houston, who has spent a majority of the game offensively on the sideline. They have been outpossessed by over 6 minutes. Watson hit as he throws. His last pass was picked off by Reed, and that one nearly was too. Number 86, Dalton Schultz, was acquired in free agency this week due to the injury to Joel Dreesen. Schultz joins Owen Daniels as the team's 2 tight ends today. Dreesen will return in 2 weeks. Watson going deep again, and that is incomplete.
Incomplete on the pass attempt. Number 81, the intended target.
Daniels, a brilliant season for Houston with over 200 yards receiving, but he has been shut down in today's game. That was his first target. 3rd and 10. Here's Watson back. He goes deep to Andre Johnson, who gets by everybody. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
Andre Johnson, who played a majority of his career for the Texans with guys like Matt Schaub and Yates and some of these other guys for Houston who don't exactly step out as one of the greats of their era quarterback. Houston relied heavily on Andre Johnson, and he delivered in a big way. Taken in the 2003 draft, and he has been money for Houston in the all-time roster franchise, now with a bit more talent around him. Hopkins bringing in some extra attention to the other side of receiver. Watson throwing him the ball. Certainly would have been amazing to see Watson combined with Johnson in the passing attack for Houston. Johnson, two-time league leader in receiving yards and receptions, and Johnson has been ridiculous this year. 450 yards receiving for Johnson this season. Jackson lost the ball, but Lewis recovers.
Number 31 recovers the fumble.
55 yards on 5 carries for Lamar Jackson. A typical day in the office for one of the most explosive running quarterbacks in the history of the game. In fact, he has the 3rd best yard per carry average of any quarterback in NFL history. Any player in NFL history.
Gain of 6 on the play.
11 yards a run today, a bit over 8 yards a run this season. Time winding down to the 3rd. Houston leads at 14-10. Ray Rice, his 4th run of the day to the 38-yard line. The Ravens with their 11th first down. Baltimore also committing its 3rd penalty of the day, and it's now 1st and 15. Jamal Lewis in the backfield. Off the fake, Jackson dances, and he'll run again. Houston has had no answer for Jackson running the ball today. 4th quarter coming up next. Houston in front by 4. We begin the 4th quarter from Baltimore, Maryland. Nick Grass in hand of what's been a good one. M&T Bank Stadium, the site between the 0-5 all-time Texans and the 1-3 all-time Ravens. Leach taken down.
Number 44 makes the reception. 1-yard loss on the play.
81 yards passing, 62 yards rushing, and an all-around solid performance for Jackson. And the Ravens, well, Baltimore is just 2 for 7 on 3rd down. Make it 2 for 8. Andrews dropped by Glenn.
Number 89 with the reception. 3-yard gain on
Oh, and the Ravens are going to go for it. It is 4th and 5. Baltimore 3 for 4 on 4th down.
False start, offense. Repeat, 4th down.
And the Ravens think better off of the penalty. They'll bring in Tucker for the field goal. This one from 55. He set the NFL record with a 66-yard field goal back in 2023, and Tucker missed it.
The kick is no good.
Hard to believe Justin Tucker shanks a kick like that. That is his 2nd miss of the year. He has been underwhelming to begin the all-time season. Watson begins this 4th quarter drive with a 10-yard gain to Daniels, and now he is shaken up. So Houston is down to only Dalton Schultz, 4th-round pick in the 2018 draft by Dallas, brought in 2023 to the Texans. Watson scrambles with the 35.
That play is good for a 1st down.
Well, Lamar Jackson has run well. We haven't seen much of Deshaun Watson running the ball. He does average 8.5 yards a carry this season. Houston with the ball and the 4-point lead. Foster on the call, and he plunges to the 24-yard line.
That play is good for a Texans 1st down.
And this vaunted all-time Ravens defense is getting pushed around right now. Foster and the Texans in field goal range already for Fairbairn. Fake to Foster. Watson throws. There's Andre Johnson. Lewis saves the touchdown, but it's 1st and goal.
Gain of 24 on the play.
Hard to believe Johnson didn't score on that play, but Houston's in prime position to add to its lead. First and goal. The run to Foster, and he's in again. Arian Foster set a franchise record, 16 rushing touchdowns in 2010, his second of the day for the Texans, and they've got a double-digit lead. Well, the Texans have squandered leads this year, but this, with 4:59 remaining in the game, their best chance to hang in and win. 8 carries, 54 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Houston desperate for their first win of the season, and they're well on their way. Reed is down the ball for a touchdown.
He'll start this drive at the 20.
And Lamar Jackson, who had a miraculous fourth quarter comeback against the Jets in their last game in week 4, fell short 20-17. We'll see if he can do it, and this time close the comeback. Jamal Lewis begins with a gain of 18.
Number 31 on the run. Gain of 18.
Outstanding day from Jamal Lewis. That run gives him over 300 yards this season, 71 today. Jackson deep to Kadri Ismail, his first grab of the day, and it gains 29. Kadri Ismail, starting receiver for the Super Bowl champion 2000 Ravens. Product out of the University of Syracuse, did not have a single catch in 97, turned into a great player beginning in 1998 for them. A 3-yard run from Jackson. Off the no huddle, Baltimore with precious seconds ticking away. Here's Jackson for the first down to the 21-yard line. We've seen some great performances running the ball from Jackson in his career, but statistically this is one of his best. 75 yards on the ground for two-time NFL MVP Lamar Jackson. Incomplete to Mason.
Can't complete the pass.
Well, if the Ravens are going to win this game, they've got to score on this drive, and preferably a touchdown. Trailing 21-10 against Houston. Jackson unloads to Ismail, who gains a couple. They're going to need a lot more than that. A chip shot Justin Tucker field goal and an interception. Have capped the 2 red zone drives from Jackson to the Ravens today. Hit as he throws, and Smith dropped it. Nelson knocks it away.
Pass incomplete. Number 83, the intended receiver on the play.
Tucker in for the field goal to make this a one-score game. Hold from Flacco, and the kick is right between the uprights. 2:37 to go. Nick Rice in hand, and a late afternoon battle between all-time Houston and all-time Baltimore. Miller is down for a touchback. We've got a game. The Ravens' Justin Tucker makes it a one-possession difference. Houston takes over at its own 20. And the crowd is rooting for the defense as they go run with Foster. He hurdles, loses the ball, and Lewis recovers. Knocked loose by Hall of Famer Rod Woodson and recovered by Hall of Famer Ray Lewis. Arian Foster's first fumble of the season couldn't have come at a worse time for Houston, giving the Ravens the ball right back. False start.
Offense. First down.
That'll back them up to the 32. The 5th penalty committed by the Ravens today. Houston with 0 penalties. But the Ravens are in prime position with a touchdown and 2-pointer to tie the game at 21. Jackson off the deep drop. He'll tuck it to his right. Houston has had no answer for the run today.
On the carry. Gain of 10 on the play.
Brian Cushing, Pro Bowl linebacker and the 2009 Defensive Rookie of the Year out of USC, makes the stop at the 22. Jackson off the 5-man rush. He's got Andrews for the first.
First down, Ravens.
8 first downs in the first half, another 7 of the second half, and they're in the red zone again. Incomplete.
Number 8 has his pass fall incomplete.
1:46 to go. The moment you dream of as a quarterback. A shot to tie it late in the game. And Jackson throws to Ismail. Touchdown, Baltimore. Boy, Jackson couldn't have made that one any easier from Ismail. Found a receiver open by 5 yards. Marcus Coleman bit on the quick run, and Jackson beat him deep. 4th touchdown pass of the season and the first to Ismail.
False start, offense.
It's the 6th flag of the game. This one on Hall of Fame tackle Jonathan Ogden, one of the 5 members of the Hall of Fame for the Baltimore franchise. Ravens at the 7, going for 2 to tie the game. This is Derek Mason in motion. Lewis, no chance. Taken down by Daniel Manning. So the all-time Texans, despite the Foster fumble and the collapse on defense, they still have the lead. And Fuller is down the ball for a touchback. The all-time Texans 21. The all-time Ravens 19. We're set for what should be an incredible finish. Houston is just a few first downs away from their first win of the season. Foster stuffed at the 19-yard line. A big day from Andre Johnson, who's gone over 100 yards, and a solid performance from Foster, too. He's called upon to seal the win. Stuffed to the 22. Timeout. Third down and 8 to go. Another run from Foster, and he is stuffed by Lewis. So Houston, with the game on the line, leading by 2, instead went 3 and out, will lean on the defense in an effort to seal the win. Webb on a hop at the 26. Stuffed by Robinson to the 30. Justin Tucker. He made one and has missed one today. That is now 2 misses this season for one of the most efficient field goal kickers in the history of the game, a perennial Pro Bowler out of Texas. Only 3 have been needed to win the game. Jackson missed an open Andrews.
Number 8 goes incomplete. Second down.
Next week, the Ravens are on the road to battle Jacksonville. Meanwhile, Houston pays a visit to Nashville to battle the all-time Titans in Week 7. Bit over a minute left. Jackson down 2, needing just a field goal to win the game. Andrews over the middle to the 46. 189 yards for Deshaun Watson, 164 passing, another 62 rushing, another 75 rushing for Jackson, who throws towards the end zone. No.
The pass is incomplete. Number 85, the intended target on the play.
21-19 Houston. 56 seconds to go. Jackson of the Ravens out of timeouts. He throws into the end zone. That's Torrey Smith, who gets by everybody for the touchdown. You couldn't have asked for a better time for Torrey Smith's first touchdown catch of the season. Jackson had a clean pocket, and Smith got by the defense. 50 seconds left in the game, and the Ravens have the lead for the first time since the opening quarter. To go for 2 again, they'll toss it to Lewis. He was denied last time, but he's in this time, and the Ravens take a 6-point lead. Now, that doesn't do much at all late in the game. Houston can still win it with a touchdown and a PAT. However, a miss would tie the game. We haven't seen a missed PAT this year. Roquan Smith, perennial Pro Bowler out of the University of Georgia, makes the stop at the 17. A disastrous 4th quarter out of the defense from Houston, but they still have a shot to win the game here. They've got to go 83 yards with 3 timeouts. Watson dumps.
Number 4, taken down to a sack. Loss of 7.
And now the Texans have got to go 90 yards in 31 seconds. And it took them a while to call their first timeout. Off the Foster motion, Watson checks it down to Daniels. I don't know what the world they're thinking. Timeout.
Timeout called by the offense.
Houston's going to need a bit of a miracle here. to win their first game of the all-time season. Watson, he's going for it all. A jump ball to Owen Daniels, and he's got it. Whoa, Owen Daniels got by everybody, including Rob Woodson, who makes the tackle. The Texans needed a big play, and with 19 seconds left, they got it. One more miracle to win it for Houston. Deshaun Watson to the 30, throws it in the end zone. There's Andre Johnson, incomplete.
Number 4 can't complete the pass.
Deshaun Watson has thrown for over 200 yards this season. He is at 1,150 yards this year, over 200 today. Incomplete. Knocked away by Reed with 8 seconds left.
The intended receiver on the play.
Well, the Texans have lost 4 games by 1 possession this season. They have been heartbroken in so many games. Watson to the end zone, and Hopkins somehow made the catch, but he was out of bounds. 4th down, and Houston's going to go for the win right here. Barring a penalty for the Ravens, and they've committed their fair share today, the game will end on this play. Here's Watson to the end zone, and the pass is caught by Johnson. Did he score? No, and the Ravens are that close. Baltimore wins the game 27-21, courtesy of a sensational 4th quarter from Lamar Jackson. And that Baltimore defense hangs on for the win. 210 yards passing and about 300 yards all-purpose for MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson. Ravens improved to 2-3. Meanwhile, the Texans fall to 0-6. This is the all-time rosters franchise. Charger 95.